I am Maryam, and I'm the CEO of Movandi Corporation. And we have been focusing on addressing and solving the challenges of 5G millimeter wave and enabling metaverse. This metaverse can enable many new applications in areas that basically require very, very real-time and sensitive time applications. So it has to be very low latency. So far, everything has been, all the metaverse has been limited to a room or a spot. Going forward in the future, it'll really be more mobile, like hotspots, venues, stadiums, areas that have a lot of population, dense areas. Now, there are networks around us, but none of them are really supporting the metaverse. Most of the cases that we have today are very downlink-centric, and they require some sort of latencies, but none of them are really the ones that we would call the future metaverse. Metaverse will drive very high data rates, throughput. It will require very, very low latencies. And it will also need to be symmetric on downlink and uplink, because a lot of these applications are not just downlink. It's interactive, and you have to be able to send information, huge amount of information. And also, some of it has to be done locally. So edge processing will take a lot more importance for this metaverse to happen. And as I mentioned, because there are going to be many people in this metaverse and this world, it has to support huge amount of data, gigabits kind of range. And at the same time, this basically have to be supported with a system and a standard that's really standard, and it's not priority, because if it's limited to one location, it cannot expand, and this metaverse is really more about use cases and not use places. So far, right now, as we speak, the amount of data are actually overwhelming our LTE network. With everything that's happening with fixed wireless access, and you hear everyone now excited about fixed wireless access, and then you have mobility and the usage of mobile data. So we need a network that can support the future, which has metaverse in it. 5G millimeter wave can enable this future. This is an office in LA, which basically there is a base station across the street, and if this office has no coverage, you see the cell phones not connected. What we have done, we have put a smart repeater at the window, another one at the corner, and we see that all of a sudden you get coverage, you get high throughput, the lowest latency, they add really negligible latency, and cost comparable to Wi-Fi. And what we have done, we have been working on basically enabling low-cost deployment of 5G. Repeaters are essential because you can't go and build a whole lot of base stations or small cells. It's important to have the standard continue supporting it and basically bringing intelligence into the system. And it's important to have devices that are low cost and they can become commercial, and that also needs improvement. Thank you.